Antifa puts pregnant black woman statue in place of General Lee. This Patriots response is going viral. Antifa has been tearing down statues of General Lee ever since they caused the riots at Charlottesville. The liberal media has been trying to paint Charlotte as a white supremacist rally, but in reality, it was a freedom of speech rally. Most conservatives don't care about your skin color, which is why you don't see us race-baiting everybody like Obama did. We care about what's inside of a man, not what's outside of a man. We care about things like honor, courage, loyalty, and intelligence. It should come as no surprise then, that we want to preserve the statues of Confederate soldiers. They stand as a monument to our brave ancestors, who fought in the Civil War, and whether or not you agree with the Civil War, most conservatives believe that history should not be censored. The left has gone completely insane, however, and in their latest attempt at imitating George Orwell's 1984, they're tearing down statues. Antifa and their allies claim that they're doing it in the name of equality, and some of them are probably so brainwashed that they actually think that, but we all know it isn't about equality. Leftists don't care about giving everyone equal rights, they want to give women and minorities more rights than everyone else. That's why they hoisted this disgusting statue of a pregnant, LGBT black woman above General Lee's pedestal, but what they didn't expect was a lone patriot's response. These sick Antifa members made a statue called Madre Luz, which is supposed to represent whatever twisted reality they live in. It's a pregnant, fat black woman, with an LGBT sash over her shoulder, definitely an upgrade from an honorable war general. To add insult to injury, they hoisted it above where General Lee's statue used to be. Baltimore Sun interviewed the original author of the disgusting piece of art, Pablo Muccioli. Muccioli, 40, might seem like an unlikely person to make a statue to protest a Confederate monument in Baltimore. He's not from the United States. Until recently, he wasn't even an artist. 15 years ago he was living in Montevideo, Uruguay, working as a martial arts instructor. He ran his own school. But his business suffered when an economic crisis hit the country, and he left. He came to Baltimore in 2003, quite by accident, he said, but he liked it and stuck around. I follow my kind of instinct, he said. He opted instead for a design of a pregnant woman holding a baby on her back. The mother is a symbol of life, he said. I feel like people would understand that and respect that. For materials, he used old copies of the city paper. He mixed together a paper match paste. When it was finished, Muccioli and Silverman Andrews placed Madre Luz in front of the monument of Lee and Jackson in Wyman Park. Silverman Andrews said Baltimore authorities removed it after less than 24 hours, impounding it at a facility in Druid Hill Park. He said he was fined $225 for erecting a statue in a public place, but the fine was later reduced to $75. While leftists praised the artist's actions as being valiant and courageous, conservatives tell a different story. In our world, tearing down a historical monument and replacing it with a fat, pregnant black woman with an LGBT sash over her shoulder, is not okay. So after a lone patriot decided to take action and tear the monument down out of respect for General Lee, millions of conservatives have responded with praise. The Baltimore Fish Bowl, a liberal newspaper, reports. On Thursday morning, Pablo Muccioli's sculpture depicting a pregnant black woman with her fist raised, child on her back, stood proudly atop a marble base in the Wyman Park Dell. By the late afternoon, someone had knocked over and destroyed the sculpture. On a step nearby were the words, "Honor History," painted in gold. A spokesman for Baltimore police wrote in an email that someone spotted a white male in a blue shirt and khaki shorts push the sculpture down at around 2:40 p.m. The man then fled in a car. No other details were immediately available. Notice the whiny tone of the liberal article. They describe the disgusting fat black woman statue as standing proudly atop a marble base, as if it's something to worship. Then, to add insult to injury, they go on to describe the phrase "honor history," as if it's some sort of an evil slogan. The man who did this, also did it in broad daylight, unlike the cowardly Baltimore Mayor Catherine Pugh, who removed 4 Confederate statues in the midst of night. The report goes on. Activists on Wednesday had erected Macaula's piece on top of the marble base, left vacant after Mayor Catherine Pugh's administration ordered crews to tear down a bronze monument depicting prominent Confederate generals Robert E. Lee and Stonewall Jackson overnight on Tuesday. Pugh also orchestrated the removals of 3 other statues around the city paying homage to Confederate soldiers and families, as well as Civil War-era Supreme Court Chief Justice Roger Taney. They completely ignored the fact that the Maud Ray Lewis statue was put up illegally. They called these vandals activists, rather than out on the thugs that they are. This is how slanted the liberal-controlled media is. They don't give a damn about the truth, they just care about pushing their twisted agenda. This artist and his thuggish Antifa minions defiled a historical monument by putting up a disgusting anti-American statue. Then, they have the nerve to complain that conservatives are the ones that are destroying our nation. These cowards are starting a war that they can't finish. This is one of the few times that conservatives have fought back against this removal of our history, but it's just getting started. More than half of Americans do not support the censorship of our history, so if the left keeps pushing, they'll get just what they're asking for. Thank you for watching this video. What do you think about this? Share this on Facebook and Twitter along with your comments.